Welcome to the last mercury mining video filmed in 2024. We start out in the Utah desert, out by some other mines that we've seen. This video was filmed over 2 different days, one of them really sunny and the other slightly less. It may be hard to tell the difference if you're not looking carefully, but there were 2 different days. Here's a view of the area around where I parked the truck. Our first stop is the North Star mine, and then immediately afterwards we'll head over to the Bat Ridge deposit. All right. Whoa, there's an incline. And then over here we have a couple of equipment bases. Maybe one of them was a hoist and the other one was an engine, but you'd expect to see oil all over the place from oil changes. You don't see that. Here's a overview of the North Star mine, or what's left of it. There's not much information about it, what years it was in operation. Probably in the late 1800s and early 1900s, like all the other mines around here. But most of the mines I have today, in fact, all of them, are without date information about when they were in operation. This is one of the last attempts I made to look down a mine shaft by adjusting the exposure settings on the drone. Oh, I see some copper ore. We're down, look at that. Oh, lots of copper ore. Look at those rocks, boy. Those are definitely riddled with copper. That would sure make you want to dig if you were looking for copper. Beautiful. Copper all over here. Sure looks nice to me. And this, I think this maybe was a shaft, but it is not. They are stained with copper. I mean, look at that. That is beautiful. And now we go look at an object, an unexplainable object that shows up on Google Earth. There it is. The white thing, it's another dumped camper. Our next destination is the Copper Mountain Mine, which is on the other side of a ridge. Start out down the road that's due south from the truck, and somewhere along here is a turn to the left. It may be obvious, it may not be. I do have it marked on GPS in case it isn't. Oh, there it is. So we got it. It's grown in, and the track width is wider than the ATV's track width, so there's no easy path to get through this. I think there's a couple of mines there to about the 1 o'clock position. There's probably those two piles of dirt. They're not going to be much because they're just prospects. We're coming around the corner of the ridge that the copper mine is on. Should be seeing it any minute. And there it is. Copper Mountain Mine. All right, so here we are at a copper mine. First thing we start out looking at is the loading facility here. Looks like a little road came up, and you backed your truck up, and somebody opened one of those gates, and the material flowed into your truck. So that's pretty cool. There's two gates that are still here. Both of them look like they would work. Might need a little grease, but they're looking pretty good. Let's see what else we got here. Got an old timber here to the left. Looks like it might have been a ladder. It's got a lot of notches cut out of it. Oops. Here's an old roof, maybe, of a building or a wall. And here's the main shaft over to the right. We've got some ties here, it looks like, so they may have a little ore car system that took material out onto these trestles and dumped it into the hopper to be loaded. The head frame's totally collapsed. There is a shaft there, pretty significant one. I tried earlier to get the drone over it, but there's just too much wood in the way. I'll try my 10-foot selfie stick. Over here I see a concrete pad with some bolts sticking out of it right here. So this must have been where their hoist was. See what else we got here. Here's a little something. Looks like it might have been a little tiny storage facility for maybe dynamite, explosives. Not very big. Looking at the rocks on the ground here, they're all spattered with copper color. Here's a piece right here. It's very bright. You can see that. There's just gravel all over the ground like that. Now I see an old truck up there. I'm going to go over there and take a look at it. Look at this piece. Look at that rock. Got plenty of copper on that. So, what do we got here? The bottom thing here looks like a dump bed turned upside down. It's definitely a dump bed. And the truck the speedometer's still good. Look at that. Temperature gauge on the left is good. Well, the glass is broken, and the mechanism's gone. But the facade's nice. So it's an old Chevrolet. Wow, didn't have a very big engine compartment. Well, that's about all there is here. So I've got a couple other places I want to visit. Guess we can head on over there. So now we move on from the Copper Mountain Mine to the beginning of a road that will lead us to what I hope is the Galena Mine. You can see I've got my grip heaters on and gloves. It's a little bit cold. Pretty nice road to get up there. Off to the right here, you see there's been some digging activity. So let's just take a look since we're here. Here's the location. Now you can see this mine is really small. The timbers that they used were not dimensional lumber, but just trees they found around the area, which is just fine. Here is the view inside with the 10-foot selfie stick. You can see all the way down to the bottom there. It's an incline shaft or incline tunnel. I'd say they didn't really find much, or it'd be a lot bigger. And we continue on. And right here was a nice little flat spot that had a nice view. So I thought we might like to see where we're at. It's all those windmills out there. And on we go. Now you'll notice that I don't have my gloves on anymore. This is just so Utah. It was so cold at the bottom of the trail that I had to put on a bunch of warm stuff, and now it's warm. I took my jacket off, my gloves off, shut the heater grip off. Welcome to Utah. As we come over this ridge, on the right there, you can see that gray pile. That's one of the mines that's on Google Earth. Whoa, we got two mines right here. This little area. Check them out. So we got one down there, one right here. And there's more to come. Let's check this one out first. Well, that's a nice little one. Doesn't look like there were rails in it. And the tailings aren't that big. However, was something here, some wood left over. Here's some kind of a support. That's cool. All right, so look at this beautiful view. And it's warming up too. The sun's breaking through the clouds. Got my 10-foot selfie stick. And we'll head over there to that mine. Ooh. That was a lot of work for nothing. Let's continue on to the Galena mine. Come over the top of the ridge here and got some more good road. You notice the road starts getting an angle to it. It's got a pretty severe outslope. You can see how the ATV tilts. I've definitely got my weight on the uphill side. There it is. I don't see any roads over there. Might have to be a mine for another day. Let's head up there. And we start up this road, and it's got a pretty good outslope too. Fortunately, there's a nice little saddle down here that I can park on. And I didn't do it this day, but if you continue on up that road, it goes on the ridge to the right, and there's another mine out in the end of the ridge. Maybe next time I'm out that way, I'll go check it out. First, I brought the 10-foot selfie stick in case there's something to be seen down the shaft. All right, we're heading down to a mine that I've seen on Google Earth. And it's a small one. It doesn't have a good road to it. They did a hell of a lot of work here. This is a huge tailing pile to do on your own. There was a little hoist works here. Got a shot down the mine. Whoa, that goes way down there. It looks like that ladder's being held in place by baling wire. Yeah, there's quite a few tailings here. Anyway, we have what looks could be a fuel line here. So maybe they had an engine to hoist the bucket out of the mine. Well, let's head back up. Here's something of an extremely steep road, man. There's no way I would drive anything down this. One other thing I'd like to point out is I really don't know that that's the Galena mine and that's the Independent Silver mine. If you look in the middle of the screen, you can see where the government database shows these mines to be located. They're not in the exact same spot, but they're in approximately that spot. So which one is which, who knows? And that's the story with a lot of the mines. The name of the mine and the coordinates are not anywhere close to the workings. Hi, the last video of 2024 is finally finished. And I got to say, I've had a great year, a lot of fun playing with the cameras and drones and editing software. 2024 also saw the introduction of the selfie stick, which is going to allow me to use the low light capabilities of my chest horn camera to get pictures of the inside of the mine shafts. The cat and I wish everyone a happy 2025 and see you on the next one.